Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Viviana, a graphic designer based in the UK. In today's video I want to show you how to create a 3D character, specifically Hello Kitty. Why Hello Kitty? Well, the reason number one is because it's really cute, and the reason number two is because I want to show you different techniques, and this is a good example for that. It doesn't matter if you are a pro or a beginner, this video is for everyone. I just want to show you how to use the 3D in Adobe Illustrator really quickly, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first step is to set up the workspace. I have in here an artboard which is 1400 by 770 pixels. You can choose anything, it doesn't really matter. I have my color palette on the left right here and I'm ready to go. First we will create our flat vector, which later on will be our 3D character. Let's start by taking the rectangle tool or pressing M. Just drag and hold, release when you're done, and in the properties panel I'm going to input the exact size that I want, and that is 240 pixels for the width and 180 pixels for the height. With the direct selection tool, which is here on the left, or by pressing A, I'm going to drag the anchor points all the way down. Let's move on to the ear, and that's by using the polygon tool, and select it and click once on the screen, and you need to input 3 for the sides. Press OK. Again, in the properties panel I want exactly 71 by 68 pixels for the ears, and by taking the direct selection tool, I'm going to make them a bit rounder. And now I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be exact, because once you change the angles for the triangle, then the sizes in the property panels will change as well. I'm going to rotate it for 30 degrees towards the left. Place it on one side. I think I need to make them a little bit rounder, so again with the direct selection tool I'm gonna make them a bit rounder and a little bit wider. And as you do that, you can see in the property panels exactly what's happening. Then click on the ear, go to Object, Transform and Reflect, copy and drag it all the way to the other side. Select both ears, go to Align and align them in the center vertically. If you don't see any of these panels in here, then you can always find them in the window panel up there and then click on them. Let's group the ears with the Command J. Select everything, go to Align to Key Object, and when you want to select a key object, then you need to hold on an Option and click once, and then Align to Center. Let's take the Ellipse tool by pressing L and try and make the eyes. I'm gonna take Eyedropper tool and I'm going to use the black color. Again, in the Properties panel, I want to input the exact size for the eyes, which is 18 by 24. While holding Option, I'm going to drag the eye and align it with the other one vertically. I'm gonna place them a bit more down and actually closer, just a tiny bit. Again, Command J, group them and go to Align and go to Align to, while also selecting the head, and hold on Option and click on the head, align to the center. Let's create a nose, which will be yellow, and go for 27 by 21. Select the head, again align it to the center. And we have left the mustaches and the bow. Take the line segment tool and hold and drag. If you want to make it straight, you can hold on Shift at the same time. This will be a stroke. The color will be exactly same as the eyes. And let's put 7 points for the stroke and make it round from the stroke panel. In the properties, I want this one to be 53 by 4. Let's rotate it a little bit up, just tiny bit. A bit less than that. Then hold Option, drag this one down, but this one will be a little bit smaller and it's going to be 39 by 5. And I'm going to rotate it downwards. Then hold Option again, this one will be 39 by 17. And rotate it down. Group them all together and place them in here, and then go to Object, Transform, Reflect, and a copy on the other side. You can rotate this towards. You can rotate this upwards and move them around. And here our Hello Kitty is almost ready. We're missing the bow. So let's take the ellipse tool and create 3 circles, which will be red. One big, one small for the center, and one in the middle, tiny bit bigger. Now with the direct selection tool, I'm going to make the shape like so. And then I'm going to select all of them, go to Pathfinder, Shape Modes, and Unite. I'm going to place it here, make it a tiny bit bigger. There we have our bow, and this is everything we have to do for now. So we have our Hello Kitty ready, we have the flat vector, and now I'm going to show you how to make the 3D character. The next step is to take our vector and make it 3D, and we can do that by going to Window, 3D and Materials, and this will pop up this panel. We are going to take our Hello Kitty and copy it here by holding Option and dragging. It's always best to have the original piece on the left somewhere, and it doesn't matter, you can just move it there and group it together. Now for the 3D, we don't actually need the elements on both sides. We can work only on one side, and that is because it will be the same thing. It doesn't really matter. Now let's start with the head and go to Inflate. I want to change the rotation to isometric left, and I want to increase the depth a little bit and reduce the volume. And this is how you're going to see the front of it. So it's going to create volume here, whereas the depth will do in both sides, but it can be flat. So keep that in mind, it's really helpful to know that. and you can just play around with everything. It doesn't need to be precise, and it will look different now, but once you render it, it will look much better. So we created the head. You can also inflate on both sides, but because we have this shape, I actually am fine with this look. Now let's go to lightning. You also have materials in here, which I want to mention just quickly, and you actually have so many materials you can choose from, and this will change the way your vector looks like. But for now I'm just gonna keep the basic one. Let's go to lightning. You have standard, you have diffuse, top left and top right. I'm going to stick to standard, and you can also change the intensity and the rotation. You can even change the rotation from here. And let's say I want it standard for now. Ungroup this. We only need one ear. We can move the elements here so we don't get confused. Now let's take the ear, go to object, inflate, and kind of do the same thing. But the first one I want to do is the rotation, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna place it right here. And I'm going to reduce the volume. And increase the depth a little bit. You can always check how much the head has, but it doesn't have to be the same because the ears will be slimmer. And I want to keep the volume the same though, but obviously the depth differently. 15 is fine for now, and then the lightning is standard, which is the same. So it's very important to have the lightning the same for all of the elements. We'll continue with the eye, inflate it, go to rotation, isometric left, and then reduce the volume for the eyes a bit more, and that's because we want the eyes flat. We don't want the eyes to pop out. I think it looks weird. That's much better. And then hold option, drag it on the other side. Drag it on the other side, and you can even align them. And let's move on to the nose. Again, choose isometric left. Place it in the middle and reduce the volume a lot, and even the depth a little bit. Like so. Maybe increase the volume just a bit more. And then let's make the other ear. I will continue designing, as this process usually takes a lot, and I'll come back to you when I'm done. Now another important thing is to render, and you can see it on the top right corner, and whenever your design is ready, just press on render and you can see that everything will look much better. The reason why you have to render is because Adobe Illustrator doesn't do it live, doesn't do it on real time, so you can save on the performance, so the way it's gonna perform while you do this. And that was everything for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it as much as I did, and if you want to support my channel, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.